Creating and applying color is a great way to be creative in InDesign. To start working with color, you'll learn what stroke and fill are, then move on to applying color using existing colors that come with each document, and then you'll make your own color using the color panel. To follow along, you can use your own document, or you can open this document from the downloadable practice files for this tutorial. Choose View, Fit Page and Window to make sure you see the entire page. Select the selection tool in the Tools panel on the left and click to select this white frame. Frames, shapes, text, and more in InDesign can have a fill, which is this white color, and a stroke, which is this red color. A stroke acts like a border around the fill. You can apply a color or a gradient, which is a blend from one color to another at its simplest, to the fill or stroke of selected objects. In the control panel above the document, you'll see a fill color and a stroke color for the selected frame. Click the fill color and you'll see a panel that contains a series of default saved colors you can use called swatches. None is applied to remove color. Registration is a black that's used for printing marks. Don't use it in place of black. And paper is what we use for white. Try clicking a few of the colors to see how they look in the selected frame. Make sure you wind up with this orange color in the fill of the frame. You might need to scroll in the panel to see it. Click the stroke color below the fill color in the control panel, and choose the color None from the swatches that appears to remove the stroke. This applies no color to the stroke and essentially removes it. Having default colors like these are a great way to jumpstart things, but if you want to make your own color, you can use the color panel and other methods. Select the Type tool in the Tools panel. Move the pointer over this text, and when the pointer looks like this I-beam, drag across the text to select it. To open the color panel, choose Window, Color, Color. The first thing you need to do is decide what to change for this selected text, the fill or the stroke. In the color panel and elsewhere in the program, like at the bottom of the Tools panel on the left, you'll see these two boxes. They represent the fill of the text or the object and the stroke of the text or the object. Whichever is selected and on top of the other is what you'll change. Click the fill box so it's up front. Click the panel menu in the upper right corner of the color panel. In the menu that appears, you'll see a list of methods for creating color: Lab, CMYK, and RGB. The two most widely used are CMYK, which stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. These are printing inks and are used on most desktop printers to create color when you print. And RGB, or red, green, and blue, for creating color for content viewed on screen like a presentation. Choose CMYK from the menu. You can create a color by sampling in this color field at the bottom of the color panel, or adjusting each color independently using these sliders, or even by typing in values to create a color. Click in the color area down here to apply a dark blue color. Then drag each of the sliders, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black if you need to, so they approximately wind up with these color values. If you need to apply a specific color, maybe a color somebody gave you, you can type those color values in if you have them. Making a color with the color panel is a great way to quickly create a color, but that color isn't automatically saved so you can use it again. If you want to apply the same color to other artwork, one way is to sample the color using the eyedropper tool. This is a fast way to apply the same formatting from one object to another and really useful when you want your colors to be consistent. Select the selection tool and click to select this small shape. Then press the Shift key and click to select this group of shapes, which are an icon. One way to work with the eyedropper tool is to select the content you want to apply the color to first, then sample the color from some other content. Click and hold down on the Color Theme tool in the Tools panel on the left, and then select the eyedropper tool. Move the pointer over the text and click to sample the color and apply the same fill and stroke to the selected content. Then choose Edit, Deselect All. There are a lot of ways to work with color in Adobe InDesign, and using the right color in your projects, whether that means selecting a default color swatch or even creating your own color, can really mean the difference between good design and great design. Now that you know how to apply and even make a color, you can apply colors to frames, text, and more. Save a copy of this file by choosing File, Save As, and make sure to rename it. That way you preserve the original practice file.